This is D253, Task 2, Communicating Your Leadership Vision. Hello, everyone. My name is Grant Watson, and I want to thank you so much for joining me today. As you all know, I was recently chosen as the new customer service manager. I know some of you, but I don't know all of you, so I decided to do a quick little brief get to know me session as well as give you a brief overview of what I plan to bring to the team. So I know we don't have a lot of time today, so let's get right into it. Well, my name is Grant Watson, and I'm so excited to take on the customer service manager role. Before coming to Corollary, I worked as a customer service manager at one of the big box retailers. I have 5 years experience in customer service management and close to 15 years in the customer service industry in general. Throughout all of my experiences, I've learned in customer service that I love being part of a team. I'm extremely goal oriented, and I'm super passionate about making sure that our customers are getting the best service possible. Um, Customer service is king nowadays, and all it takes is one negative interaction to make it to social media, and it really can make or break a business. So I want to make sure that not only myself, but our team as well is exuding the best customer service experience to our customers as much as possible. So I also want to put out there that I am an open book, and I do plan on having scheduling some one-on-one sessions with each of you. So if you have any more questions about me, I'd be happy to let you know about me then. Any more questions about that, and also I'd love to hear about what you want to see from me as your new customer service manager. Any concerns or any thoughts or goals that you want to kind of put out there and see if we can work them in. So I know we don't have a lot of time. So let's jump right into this month's meeting. I've prepared a little agenda for today. I'm going to have a little bit of a story time. We're going to go into our vision statement. And then we're going to jump right into the main topic of emotional intelligence. There's 4 areas that we're going to talk about. And then we're going to close out our meeting and have the floor open for questions. So without further ado, let's get right into it. So in this brief story, I'm just going to tell you guys about a super awesome customer service experience that I had. I was in the market for a car, and I'm not the most decisive person when it comes down to making big purchases. I did my research and found a dealership that had a couple models that I wanted to look at, so I decided to take one Saturday and just go up there and take a look at them. Well, as soon as I got to the dealership and out of my car, a salesman walked right up to me, and he basically just made me feel like family right then and there. He asked me what I was looking for today. Were there anything that I wanted in a vehicle, anything that I needed in a vehicle, my price range, what I was comfortable driving. He checked off all the boxes of, you know, what I wanted. And then I also told him that I did my research a little bit as well and wanted to see 2 or 3 particular models already. And he was like, okay, awesome. I'll show you those. But then also, if those don't work out, I'll also have a couple more to show you. So I really spent most of the day there that day. I test drove a total of 6 vehicles, and from there, I ultimately ended up making a purchase. Uh, I got the vehicle home, thought I was happy, and after a couple of days, I ended up having to take the vehicle back because I realized I was not happy with my purchase. Whenever I got there, I found the salesman, or he found me actually, and I explained the situation, and he took me in to talk to the sales manager, and he was there with me, and they explained the policy to me, and I was within the days, and they told me that they wanted me to be satisfied above all, since it's just such a major purchase. So they had just got in a new round of vehicles a couple days prior, and they just put them on the lot. So The salesman remembered what I was looking for. He found a vehicle that checked off all those boxes, and then he also it checked off some more that I didn't even realize that I wanted or needed or found cool. And basically, long story short, I ended up making that purchase. And the fact that that salesman, sought me out, he wanted to make sure that I was taken care of. The sales manager did. I didn't mention it, but the receptionist was extremely nice, and just everybody in general in that dealership, they just gave off such great energy that they really cared about their customers. There were multiple people in the dealership on both days that I went, and everybody just seemed happy. There was no issues or concerns that I can tell. That's one thing I always do whenever I go into any type of business establishment. I check the vibes of everybody around me, because customer service is my business. So I like to see how other people interact with customers. So let's keep that story in mind, because like I said, that experience is one that is always going to stand out with me. I probably will never purchase another vehicle from another dealership other than that one, just because I had such a good experience with them. So let's move on to our vision statement, and you'll see why I brought up this story. So our vision statement states that we're going to lead with excellence, earn trust with integrity, and uphold a culture of respect while delivering unparalleled customer service. Believe it or not, that dealership probably could take this vision statement and apply it to themselves, because they truly showed every one of those qualities with me. But I'm glad Corolla Remarketing has that, because this is an awesome vision statement to have. It incorporates 4 great values that our company wants each one of us as employees to put forth. And there's 2 that aren't mentioned, but we're going to go into those next. So you've already known 4 of the 6 company core values, but can you recite them all? Well, if you can't, we're just going to go right through them. So there's excellence, integrity, humility, trust, growth, and respect. These 6 values, any business owner, any employee that works at that business, any corporation would want to exude those qualities. These qualities will definitely help in any interaction that you have with any customer, or really even your peers. If you deal with people the way you're supposed to, keeping those qualities in mind, you'll have no problems whatsoever. So with keeping these core values in mind and our vision statement, we're going to jump right into our emotional intelligence section of our meeting. But before we do, I have a brief quote that I'd like to read to you. There is no separation of mind and emotions. Emotions, thinking, and learning are all linked. And that quote was by Eric Jensen, and it is so true in our everyday lives whenever we're dealing with emotional intelligence. They're all linked. But why is emotional intelligence important to our team? What role does it play with us? Well, emotional intelligence plays a crucial role in enhancing our team dynamics by helping to foster greater self-awareness and strengthening our interpersonal connections. We mentioned self-awareness, but why is self-awareness so important? Well, self-awareness is so vital because it prompts our team members to reflect on our emotions and responses before we, speak on them. It's a foundational element of emotional intelligence, and it's essential because it enables us as individuals to recognize the sources of our emotional states and our thought processes. It helps us. It basically is a regulation of our emotions. So, why is being emotionally aware so important? Well, the advantage of being emotionally aware is evident when we comprehend and manage our own emotions. Doing this can help us regulate ourselves more effectively, and also it leads to improved interaction with our team members and our customers by ensuring that our own personal issues don't interfere with, our conversations, our actions of what we need to do. Excuse me. So, where does self management fit in the emotional intelligence spectrum? Well, self management is a critical component of emotional intelligence because it involves the ability to regulate our emotions and behaviors in various situations. Um, it empowers us to navigate our emotional landscape with awareness and intentions, and it leads us to be more effective interpersonally in our interactions and our overall success in both our personal and professional spaces. It also helps us in, you know, 8 areas as well. Helps us in developing them and having a little bit more control. The first of those 8 is our responses. It helps us to be more reliable and show integrity. It helps us to adapt. It helps us to be more resilient. Um, it helps us be a positive influence to others around us and ourselves. Helps us achieve our goals. It helps us in our professional relationships. And it also helps us in being a leader. Um, Self management is so empowering because those 8 topics that we just talked about just now, those 8 attributes, being able to control our responses and show that we're reliable and show that we're trustworthy, being able to adapt to any situation, um, being resilient and not letting things get us down, being a positive influence to those around us, helping us to achieve goals and develop our professional relationships. And if leadership is on the track that of what we're trying to do and accomplish in our career, I mean, self management is super, super useful to us. So we should really try to develop those things, those traits in our everyday lives. So, one thing that I always want to make sure that I'm doing is be transparent. I'm always going to foster an open line of communication. That's always going to be a priority for me. Um, I believe that it's essential for everyone to grasp the overarching vision of the company, um, recognize what role you play in it, and also see how your contributions can help make that vision possible. Excuse me. Additionally, I aim to create an environment where everyone feels at ease and that you can come to me if you have any issues or problems. Um, by being accessible and responsive, I hope to be able to address situations super swiftly as they come up. I hope that by um, taking this approach, that it not only helps in resolving the issues quickly, but also helps in building a sense of trust and a sense of community within the team. Open dialogue is so important because it's the key to our ability, our agility, and resilience as a group. And it also allows us to navigate challenges and leverage opportunities more effectively. Um, so, with that in mind, let's talk about emotional intelligence and social awareness. So, social awareness is a vital component of emotional intelligence that pertains to understanding the emotions of others within social interactions. It's anchored in empathy, and it allows us to comprehend and empathize with the emotional states of those around us. Social awareness facilitates the development of strong, meaningful relationships in both professional and personal spaces. It enhances the ability to build trust and foster supportive and cooperative relationships with both colleagues and customers. And it also recognizes and resonates with others' feelings through social awareness leads to being more effective and harmonious in our teamwork and collaborations. In our daily interactions, we as a team will use empathy by actively listening to our colleagues' concerns before responding. An example of that is, if one of our team members is facing challenges with their workload. We wouldn't want to, bully them or whatever the case may be. Um, we want to acknowledge their stress and collaboratively, seek solutions rather than simply delegating more tasks. This empathetic approach ensures everyone feels supported and heard. Empathy is the glue that holds a team together. It allows us to understand each other's challenges and triumphs while also helping to create a shared bond that goes beyond collaboration. Um, a next topic is kind of touchy, but it's about biases and ethical decision making. Um, Unconscious biases are automatic, unacknowledged stereotypes about various groups that we form. Uh, it often influences workplace dynamics. It affects how we interact with colleagues and also forms initial judgments. For instance, we might unfairly presume an older employee is technologically inept or a younger colleague can't hold a managerial position. Um, Another form of bias is cognitive bias. We're going to focus on two different biases that fall under cognitive. Um, One of those biases is confirmation bias. Um, that's where individuals prefer information that confirms their pre existing beliefs. Someone might give more weight to a news piece that supports their views rather than one that contradicts them. Another form of cognitive bias is self serving bias. Um, it's when individuals attribute successes to themselves but blame failures on external factors. An example of that is a manager might claim credit for a project success while attributing any setbacks to the team. You know, these biases can seriously affect ethical decision making. Um, it leads to insensitivity towards others or an obsessive focus on certain details of a project. It may cause us to overlook the broader picture. Um, Biases can be very hurtful. Um, so we really want to make sure that we are keeping biases to, you know, unfortunately, they're not going to go away, but we just want to try not to be biased toward anything that we do in our everyday, day-to-day workplace. Next, we're going to talk about relationship management and how it impacts our team's effectiveness. Um, Relationship management basically involves leveraging self awareness, self management, and social awareness to navigate interpersonal dynamics, resolve conflicts, and cultivate enduring connections. Um, Ethics is a crucial factor in both a personal and professional spaces. It shapes our interactions, trust building, and development of robust, lasting bonds. An example of this is when a manager faces the task of addressing an employee's performance issues. Ethics will dictate that the feedback is given privately, constructively, and without bias. Instead of criticizing the employee publicly, an ethical approach would involve a private conversation where the manager acknowledges the employee's efforts, outlines the areas of improvement, and discusses potential solutions. This ethical approach will help maintain the employee's dignity, but also will help in promoting a culture of growth and open communication. And it's going to strengthen the relationship between the manager and the employee. Super important because if a employee feels that you're bashing them as a manager, they're not going to respect you and they're not going to take heed to anything that you say. Um, how does ethics affect relationship management? Well, an ethical relationship management, it's evident in the way we conduct ourselves with others, underpinning the trust and health of our relationships. If we prioritize relationships, we can foster a culture of compassion within our organization. emphasize the welfare of all our stakeholders, and also with our stakeholders being not just customers, but also us as employees, our suppliers, and the community. An example of an adept relationship management is offering constructive criticism respectfully, um, using suggestions like consider trying this approach next time rather than bluntly saying you messed up. Um, that can really, bring someone down. So, using alternative ways of communicating something that someone did wrong can help preserve a positive image with the person and shows mindfulness of their emotions. Nobody wants to get beat down. Sometimes it can be hard not to do that, especially if it's a big problem or something major happened. But we always want to try to be ethical in our approach and really preserve a positive rapport with all of our interactions with employees, um, us as a team, and our customers. Um, we're basically towards the end of our discussion, guys, but um, utilizing emotional intelligence and self awareness is pivotal for a team's effectiveness due to improved communication, conflict management, and trust building. Um, Emotional intelligence and self awareness enables teams to comprehend and empathize with their own emotions as well as those of our peers and our customers, which leads to communication that is empathetic and precise. Such clarity is crucial for recognizing and addressing irrational thoughts and emotional responses among team members. When conflicts emerge, as they inevitably do in group settings, the capacity to handle them correctly and efficiently is crucial. Emotional intelligence and self awareness equips team members with the skills to identify their emotional responses during disputes and helps us to navigate them more constructively. Moreover, emotional intelligence fosters trust within a team by encouraging empathy and integrity. So, us as team members who are emotionally intelligent and self aware tend to operate with a level of openness and responsibility that strengthens trust among colleagues and ultimately our clients. So, guys, we let's always remember that emotional intelligence and self-awareness are key to our team success, and it enables a clear, compassionate communication among us and helps in effectively resolving conflicts. It's going to empower us as a team members and helps us to understand emotions and react with empathy and integrity. And it's also going to help us foster a trustful and transparent team environment. But guys, I know it's getting close to lunch, and I just want to say again that thank you for listening to me during this meeting. Kind of nervous, like I said, because I don't know all of you, but I just want to put out there that I'm so excited to be working with each and every one of you all. I know we're about to get ready to go to lunch, but I'm going to be in my office. So if you guys have any questions or if you want to come and talk to me or about anything, my door is always going to be open for you. And, I'm, like I said, I'm so excited to be working with you guys. And um, thanks for listening.